everybody? Welcome to Frontline Football. Starting to start sad note. Y'all know what's happened last Friday. You'll probably know but we just want to say here, those Scott that was completely negligent on the voter, Travis Scott, and I really hope that the families who they are need and the justice. So now, since we got off of that, hey, the Frontline Fantasy League. Do you guys want to do it? Do you guys? Can you respond down in the comments below if you would like to see that happen? Anyway, after that sad note and that other note, welcome to Frontline Football. I'm Josh, and roll the intro.
Alright, what's up, guys? We're gonna start out with the Thursday night game. Now it's another boring one. Sadly, it was supposed to be good before the season started. But one of the teams didn't feel like showing up, and that is the Dolphins versus the Ravens. Sorry about that. I'm gonna hand this one off to Jack.
I'm gonna take the Ravens here. To be honest, I have no faith in the Dolphins. I don't know what's going on. They finally ended their 7-game losing streak, but it wasn't really impressive or a statement win by any means. I don't really know what the Dolphins are looking forward to. They traded away their good pick for Jalen Waddle so the Eagles are chilling with the number 2 overall pick in the draft. So I guess they're just hoping for the 49ers to lose at this point. But overall, their season's over. We'll see how this plays out, but I've been impressed by the Ravens. A nice little comeback win against the Vikings. I think they'll keep momentum going here. I'll take the Ravens. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Give me the Baltimore Ravens here. Miami, you beat. How do I put this? You beat the Texans. The Texans have the second pick in the draft. It's not like you're actually winning something. There's a whole interception battle for the middle of the game. Now, I couldn't watch it because it was blacked out in my area because the teams are both so bad that they'd rather show the Bengals Browns than they would the Texans Dolphins. So, give me the Ravens here. At least they can actually win games.
Alright. I chose the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, the Ravens are just a better team right now. And hopefully they just keep this winning streak up. Who knows, they might come back again and beat another team. Oh yeah. Alright, our next matchup is the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Indianapolis Colts. Josh.
Okay, versus the Colts. What's the other team? I'm sorry, you cut out in the middle.
The Jags.
Jags, okay. Well, then Colts are obviously winning this one. The Jags, they're basically just trying to hang on for dear life here. Yeah. Give me the Colts here. At least, the Colts are actually going to be doing stuff this year. So, Colts win here. Jack, what are your thoughts?
I'm also going to go with the Colts here. I'm going to give the Jags a little props. Not offensively. They were horrible on offense last week. But defensively, Josh Allen led the way in the defeat of Josh Allen. But I think that was kind of weird. That was a mystery game. Because I could say it was a trap game. But the Bills are playing the Jets. So it's not necessarily they were overlooking the Jags to go look at the Jets. So I think it was just a weird turn of events. The way it played out. Not to mention the Colts get that extra long game plan time because they got to play on Thursday. I have a feeling that the Colts are going to go on with the same strategy they had against the Jets, and that is run the crap out of the ball with Jonathan Taylor and Hines and get a win here. I think the Jags are going to step up a little bit offensively, but now nowhere near enough to get the win here. I'm taking the Colts. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Colts. I'm very impressed with the Jags, though. Because didn't go into Buffalo, did they?
No, it was in Jacksonville.
Alright, that's fine. That's still a very impressive win for how bad their team is. And I think that this Jags team has potential. Just get a good head coach. He's probably at the bar right now. So have fun with him. All right, Josh, you've gone. Okay. Our next matchup is the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets. Jack.
I'm going to take the Bills here. The Bills fell into the Jaguars' trick, and they kind of got, not humiliated, but they only scored 6 points and 0 touchdowns. And now they're going to kick out all that pent-up anger on the Jets. We do get another Mike White game, so hopefully he does some cool stuff again. But ultimately, the Bills aren't going to drop to the Jags and the Jets 2 weeks in a row. That's not going to happen. Hopefully the Jets show a little bit of progress defensively, because it's been a complete disaster the last couple of weeks. With their offense taking steps forward, the defense took 2 steps back. So it's kind of just a weird cycle right now for the Jets. Hopefully they can hang in this game, but ultimately Buffalo's going to be very angry this week, and they're going to take all that anger out probably on the Jets' struggling defense. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I have the Bills also. I think that the Jets could get a win, especially with Mike White stepping up somehow. And the defense, who knows, they could stop the running game. And if you could stop Josh Allen's passing game, you got it. But that's also a high order for New York team that's be struggling because they just lost to one of the worst teams in the league. So, yeah, have fun, Jets. Gosh.
I'm going to go with the Bills here because I really do have no faith in the Jets this week. Besides the Texans, they're probably one of the saddest teams out there. And I got to go with the Bills this week. They put up too close of a score against the Jags, and they weren't even finish up. Give me the Bills this week.
Alright. Next matchup is the Cleveland Browns versus the New England Patriots. Jack.
I'm actually going to take the Patriots here. It's kind of a weird upset, I guess, but New England's kind of turned it on these last couple weeks. I believe they're on a 3-game winning streak. Their defense is growing. Mac Jones is playing pretty well, all things considered. Not to mention, Cleveland's number 1 back, Mr. Nick Chubb, is on the COVID list, so I think it's 2 negative tests for him to get back to playing this week, but it's unlikely if he actually got COVID, unless it was a false positive of some sort. Ultimately, I think New England, they've been stepping up the last couple weeks. Cleveland, they had a nice win against the Bengals, but a lot of that was on Nick Chubb's back, and Nick Chubb is gone. I think the Patriots' defense is a slight upgrade over the Bengals at this point in time, and ultimately, I think New England's going to continue this hot streak here and get the win. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I'm going to say give me the Cleveland Browns here. You think that Nick Chubb is the reason why they're winning? Well, you can't forget about Dearness Johnson either. He put up a lot of fantasy points last week, and he was pretty good, especially against the Broncos. So I believe in Dearness Johnson. I think that the defense will keep them in the game. So give me the Cleveland Browns here. Zach?
I have the Patriots. I think this Patriots team will get another win because they have a 3-game winning streak right now, and they've some matchups have not been close, like the Panthers one, but others have been really close. I think that Mac Jones, with no Nick Chubb there, can do really well, and he can bring this offense and get them to keep going at this rate that they're going. So, yeah. All right. Our next matchup is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Josh.
Let's see. I gotta go with the Kansas City Chiefs here. Now, if this was on the road, I would believe that the Raiders would be winning. But I think for this one, KC will be taking home the dub in Sunday Night Football. So, give me the Kansas City Chiefs here. Zach?
At the Las Vegas Raiders winning. The Raiders have always beat the Chiefs at least once. And the Chiefs are not looking good right now, especially against that Packers team with no Aaron Rodgers. It was just Jordan Love. And they didn't even have Devontae Adams there. It was no Devontae, no Aaron Rodgers. No MBS. Just it was Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, and Aaron Jones, and they barely won. And there's also no Zazaria Smith, Jari Alexander, or Kenny Clark there. So all their contributors were not there, and they still almost lost. So I am very disappointed in the Chiefs, and I am giving it to the Raiders. Jack.
I'm going to have to go with the Raiders as well. Issue with the Chiefs is, like Zach said, I mean, you put up 13 points on an injured Packers defense. Not impressive in itself. And you barely survived the wrath of Jordan Love, Randall Cobb, and Aaron Jones a little bit. Aaron Jones was not very good this game at all. And you put up 13 points. It's like, The Raiders lost to the Giants, which is also disappointing for them. But ultimately, I think it's time for them to have a bounce back. The Chiefs have not earned the right to be picked here, in my opinion, at this point. I think they're going to have to put up a little more offensively before I'm confident to put them over a pretty solid team, all things considered, like the Raiders.
Yeah. Our next matchup is the... Dang. All right. There it is. It's the Detroit Lions versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Back.
I'm going to take the Steelers. I want to believe in the Lions so bad. I tried 2 weeks ago, and they got hammered by the Eagles of all teams. I was very sad to see that happen. They really did. They gave it their all these last couple weeks. They tried everything they could against the Rams, but it wasn't enough. They're coming off a bye, so hopefully they can be competitive at least. But ultimately, Pittsburgh's probably going to win in a very yucky game, just like they did against Chicago for the most part. There's probably going to be some dumb stuff to happen in it. But ultimately, I don't think the Lions are getting their first win this week. But I do think they're going to find one eventually when it comes out of nowhere. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Lions win's probably going to be like week 18. Who cares? I also have the Steelers beating them. I know that right now, if you're listening to me and Jack, we're basically saying the same thing, but there is not a lot of upsets that can be really said. Josh has been saying a lot of upsets, sure, but I don't believe that will happen. Probably Jack is the same way. Josh.
Give me the Detroit Lions here. They're going to get their first win here, baby. No refs to help Big Ben here. And the Lions are going to play the game of their life here. Just like what's about to happen as soon as, as soon as college football starts on Saturday. Just like those upsets, the Lions are going to be that college football team that beats the big college. Give me the Detroit Lions here.
All right, our next matchup is the Tennessee Titans versus the New Orleans Saints. Josh.
Okay, Tennessee Titans versus Saints. I gotta go with the Titans here. The Titans are way less inconsistent than the Saints. And I think that even though the King Henry will not be in the game or any other game, I think that they will still hold up even against strong competition like the Saints. Jack?
I'm going to have to go with the Titans here. Going into this week, they had a big Sunday night game against the Rams, and most people counted them out. Without Derrick Henry leading the way, they thought the Titans would just sort of go away forever. But they didn't. They stuck in there. Their defense really stepped up the last couple weeks, and I think this gradually improving trend on defense is pretty promising for the Titans. And as for the Saints, I don't know what's happening anymore. Trevor Siemian is the quarterback, which isn't good. Kamara's got some sort of knee injury. Even though he's probably good to go, I don't think that's ideal with the lack of weapons that they have other than Kamara. And the Saints defense kind of took a step back. Ultimately, I think the Titans will win a close-ish game here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I have the Titans too. I mean, we'll already see some different matchups for me and Jack soon, hopefully. And this Titans team is so good. Even without Derrick Henry, they are doing something that I have not seen. They've lost to me and Jack's team, and now they have just turned it on to defeat every team they've gone against. They beat the Rams. They beat the Seahawks. Now they just got the Niners left, but they gotta focus on this opponent first. So, yeah, I'm very impressed with this Titans team, and I hope that they keep going. Oh my God, the ad. It was about ready to go on. Okay, yeah. Alright, our next matchup is the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chargers. Jack.
I have to pick the Chargers here. Well, I could definitely see a Vikings win. Just like last week in Baltimore, I sort of just got a feeling that this game is going to be super competitive, as it normally is, but Minnesota is once again going to find a ridiculous way to lose this game that's going to make me scratch my head, as they normally do. They choked a 2-score lead to the Ravens in the second half last week, but they kept it close, got into overtime, and then lost to Le'Veon Bell touchdown, which is not great. But ultimately, this game's going to be competitive. Could see a Vikings win, but I can't pick the Vikings. I have feelings when it comes to these sort of things. The Vikings are going to find a way to lose, probably in dumb fashion. What are your thoughts, Josh?
We're gonna do my tickets then.
Yeah, I don't know if...
Alright. Instead of choosing what Jack said, I'm gonna choose, not just because he chose it, I actually do believe that the Vikings will beat Chargers. Just this Vikings team has seen so much happen. They've lost so many games in horrible fashions. They've lost by missed field goals. They've lost by booking leads. If you've thought of a way to lose, they have probably done it. And I am I don't know if I should say disappointed in them, but everyone says that they're a playoff team, and then they're never going to be a playoff team ever again. They haven't been a good playoff team since the Indianapolis Miracle. So, that tells you something. Maybe it's time for a new coaching change or something. But, sure. Alright, Josh, you ready? He's not just frozen on my screen. Alright, guys, we're going to transition over to Josh. Josh, what is your take? Is he still loading on your screen?
I've been
What is the matchup?
Were we filming that entire thing?
Oh, we just put it back on air, so what's your take on Chargers-Vikings?
Okay. So, my take on Chargers Vikings is I think that the Vikings will be winning this matchup. While they have not won the past due to some dumb shenanigans, I think that this is going to be the week that they're winning the game.
Alright. Our next matchup is the... Alright, let's see. My playoff predictor is still low. There we go. It is Eagles, Broncos. I'm going to hand this one off to Josh.
Battle of the two mediocre teams. I gotta go. I gotta go with the Eagles here winning this one. As much as I think that the Broncos may win this one, I think the Eagles just have a better shot. So, Zach, what are your thoughts?
I have the Broncos winning. I think that they really showed that they are, well, at least decent at playing football. And who knows? They could be close, I think. The Broncos are going to overlook these guys because they just got that win over Dallas, but I think the Broncos will still try to pull off a win. What about you, Jack?
I'm taking the Eagles because I am a man of my word. I promised, unless it was like the Jaguars, Jets, or Lions, I would not pick the Denver Broncos again, and I'm sticking to it. I don't care if they've shut out Dallas and got a super impressive win over Dak. I don't care. It's Jalen Hurts' time. He is going to take care of business here. He's getting the big W in Mile High.
All right, keeping with your word, Jack. That's a thing that some people don't do. All right. Our next matchup is the Dallas Cowboys versus the Atlanta Falcons. What? I haven't taken a game yet. I'll take this one. I have. Oh, this is hard. I'm actually gonna go with Atlanta. No. Atlanta choked the lead, and then they got the lead back, which was very impressive. So, I think that they're gonna keep this up, hopefully. And Matt Ryan will show why he is a really solid and should be a top 10 quarterback in this league right now. So I got the Falcons beating the Cowboys. What about you, Josh?
With this one, I think that the Falcons will be winning this matchup. Just let me check up on the matchup one more time, because I think that the Falcons had a really impressive last week. So, yeah, especially coming back from a lead. Oh, it's the Cowboys. Yeah, I think I should probably choose the Falcons here, because the Cowboys, they just lost to Denver. I mean, Denver's up and down, but the Cowboys, if they want to be an actual playoff contender, they can't lose to teams like that. So I'm going with the Falcons here. Jack?
I'm going with the Cowboys. I'll be a little different. I think the Cowboys, they kind of got handed to it by Denver. I think they're going to shake it off here against the Falcons. I think the Falcons can keep it competitive. They've been steadily improving on both sides of the ball these last couple weeks. But ultimately, I think Dallas gets their big bounce-back win here and gets the W.
All right, our next matchup is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Washington Football Team. This should be an obvious one, but it's not gone yet. Heck.
I'll go Bucks. It's pretty simple. Bucks off a bye week against Washington, who is a complete disaster this year. Their defense has disappeared. Chase Young, Defensive Rookie of the Year, scratch that. Try 1.5 sacks in 10 games. Not great. Not great. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks here. Pretty simple. Brady's gonna get that much needed rest, and he's going to take care of business here on the backs of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, maybe Gronk, and Lenny. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I got Buccaneers here because the Buccaneers are complete and the football team 4. So I gotta go with the team that does not have the most passing yards allowed per game, and go with the team that is number one in almost every single stat.
All right. I'm gonna also go Bucks. Yeah. So our next matchup is the. Let me see it again. It's the best one. Really. It's Panthers Cardinals. So I'll take this one. I have the Cardinals beating Panthers. The Niners who we faced last week were harder opponents than who we're facing now. Now, we're not going to overlook these guys. We lost to them last year. I don't think Cliff's going to lose to them again. So, if we can win here, we have beaten our record from last year, and we've almost clinched a playoff spot. It's weird how I'm already saying that. So, yeah. And the Panthers haven't done too well without CMC. CMC, I know, is back now, but Sam Darnold's not going to be there, so it's going to be PJ Walker. So I think the Cardinals have a great. They're going to be great, and I think that they're going to do really well. Jack?
I'm also going to go Cardinals here. Mainly because even without their two best players, they went in to go face San Francisco, and they got the job done pretty handily. James Conner's resurgence has been a nice little story to see, as he's going to get all the carries this week. Potentially get Kyler back, probably get D-Hop back. And the Panthers, the 3-0 start with a complete facade. Unfortunately, Sam Darnold's also going to miss 4 to 6 weeks, which is not great. And ultimately, I think the Cardinals should win pretty easily here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I gotta go with the Cardinals here. Well, I do think that PJ Walker, the XFL legend from the greatest team of all time, the Houston Roughnecks, will do well. I think that the Cardinals will just overpower the Panthers here. So give me the Cardinals winning this game.
All right. Our next matchup is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, if he's back, we don't know. Is Russell Wilson gonna be back? He still is on IR. The Seahawks are reportedly saying that he is gonna be there. So he's back. I still have the Packers beating them. I think this Packers team is a really solid team that's gonna just hit by injuries a lot. And I think hopefully if Aaron Rodgers is back, Seattle team will not be able to keep up with the Packers. Now, Jack, what is your thoughts on this?
I'm taking the Packers. I think the main issue here for the Seahawks is going to be Russell Wilson's probably got a little rust. He's been gone a while, and that wasn't on his throwing fingers, so it's going to take a little while for him to get the perfect rhythm. If Aaron Rodgers returns, this is most likely a Packers win. It's a lot to ask of Russ coming off a thumb injury that he is, by all things considered, completely overcoming the timeline here, which is very impressive. Props to Russ here. But ultimately, I think the Packers, they're going to be ready here with Aaron Rodgers. They're going to be a little healthier, and I think that's going to get the job done. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I gotta go with the I gotta go with the Packers because they just seem like a better team than the Seahawks right now. Even though both of them are banged up with injuries, I think that the Packers are just a little bit better, even without Rodgers.
All right, and our final matchup is the LA Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers. Pick this one. I have the Rams. The Rams lost to Tennessee in a horrible fashion, but at least they're gonna, I guess, do better with the Niners. Now the Niners lost to a team basically with a team that was really banged up. Had no J.J. Watt, no Kyler Murray, no D-Hop. Some people came back like Chandler Jones, and he finally got the sack leader. But yeah, the Niners could not do. They lost 31-14 against a Cardinals team that only had James Conner and Christian Kirk as their big playmakers that week. So yeah, that's not good. I have the Rams because the Rams at least looked really good. They looked a little better against the Cardinals than the Niners did. Jack.
I'm also going to have to take the Rams here, mainly because what I saw from the 49ers is they can't defend running back screens or running backs in general. And the Rams happen to have a pretty good running back. Not to mention Stafford, after a pretty bad game against the Titans, his worst of the year by far, is going to be looking for a bounce back, and there's easy prey in the Niners. Well, weapons like Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and weirdly enough, Brandon Ayuk is back, sort of. I will be able to keep the Niners in the game. I don't think they can match the Rams. Their Rams will get their bounce back here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I gotta go for this final. I gotta go with the Rams. I think that the Rams are more complete, and after that skid against the Titans, they're probably going to be out for blood at this game, and this will just be a big grudge match. that will basically look like a massacre by the end of the game. So,
That does it for our video today. If you liked it, what should they do, Josh?
don't forget to hit that like button if you can. That helps promote our videos. If you also want to punch that subscribe button, do that too. And hey, that fantasy football league, tell us in the comments if you want to see it, because we really want to hear your feedback. And if you know anybody who could be interested, could you send it to them and getting it all set up for next year? So, I've been Josh from Frontline Football. Thank you for tuning in. As always, we should be moving filming back to our normal schedule from now on. We've just been very busy over here in the Frontline Football filming area, as it's fall, and fall is usually our busiest time of year because we're going all around the area, doing football and everything, covering it in different areas. So, yeah, we should be getting back to a normal time now. So, thank you for watching all this time. And I've been Josh from Frontline Football. And Jack, hit the plugs.
As always, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FrontlineFB. Links in the description. Oh, wrong way again. Right there. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this week's predictions. We'll see you back here next week for more.
See ya.